They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in. Tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, boydinvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1 900-020.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
And welcome to Phil's Gang. Okay, tomorrow, or Friday rather, is going to be the big day. are going to have the numbers come out, our earnings. And it's going to be interesting because the earnings are coming out on the banks. And the banks, and rightfully so, I mean, they're in deep trouble. The earnings should be terrible because the banks are in debt, or no, I should say not debt, but bad loans of $350 billion. Loans that are upside down. Loans that they can't package and sell. 17 billions in mortgage-backed securities. They're trying to sell as many of those they can right now, looking for cash. People just have no idea how bad these banks are. Have no clue. And why would they? The fake Business News Network, all they're telling us, everything's fine. Everything's going to be okay. Oh, we had 3 banks had a little trouble. That's all behind us now. You know, like inflation was transitory. Now they're telling us, oh, this is transitory too. Don't worry about it. There's probably about 40 banks right now that are in deep trouble that the government's going to have to take over. But they're not telling us that. And the fake Business Network's not going to tell us that because Biden's in the White House. They're not going to do that. He's in the White House. If Trump was in the White House, they'd be all over it. So what you got to understand is it doesn't necessarily, even with the terrible numbers, the loans that are upside down, and even when they take and do off-balance sheet finance, I told you the other day how they do this, to hide them, they set up another balance sheet and they shift a lot of that bad stuff over to that new balance sheet so on Friday those losses don't reflect. Those losses don't reflect. They did that in 2008, as I told you yesterday. They're most likely going to do that again tomorrow. Shift all those bad loans off to another balance sheet somewhere, like magic. So what could be surprising is what we call the 50% rule. If you take the banks and you take a chart, and if you look at the high and the low, the banks have hit that 50% area and failed 5 times. 5 times. So in other words, you just take the very high, the very low, and you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4 times it's failed. So now it's on the bottom again. It could have another run. That's right. They can run it again. They can play games and run it again. Because why? Because they have to get the J.P. Morgans, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, the biggest investment banks. They have big clients they represent. The big unions, the labor unions, the pension funds, the sheriff's union, the steelworkers union, and 4 banks fight for those accounts. So, and if you understand, when we had this 38% crash from 2021, as I tell you all the time, it's been over 120 days, and we've only been able to recapture 18% of the 38% drop. Now, that identifies something severely wrong. I mean, how the hell can you be sitting there trying to push that ball up, the rock up there, stone up the hill, over 120 days? They can't move it any further than 18%. We're also getting a message, and that's what I love about the bond market. The bond market is a beautiful thing because the bond market never lies to you. The stock market will lie to you. The fake Business News Network will lie to you. They do all the time. But never the bond market. And if you look at the bond market, if you look at the yields, remember, have been going down for quite a while. And that's why we did so well with our tech stocks. We had big profits in our tech stocks because yields kept going down. Kept going down. And yields go down when there's bad news. And we've had nothing but bad news, for God's sakes. Are you kidding me? Bad news? And this wasn't one of those situations, bad news is good news. I mean, we're talking really bad economic headwinds. Bankruptcies, do you know that bankruptcies are up 45%? They're not going to tell you that. Nobody's going to tell you. That's an increase of 50% year over year. How long have we been talking about commercial loans? You never talk about those commercial loans. Matter of fact, I have a cut. Back in 2012, I talked about the commercial loans. So I can't believe no one's talking about the commercial loans. I mean, they're in bad shape. Well, anyways, they're up 80%. Productivity fell from year to year. I mean, I could go down the list and bore you. So what we're seeing from the market, the message from the bond market is all of a sudden we're seeing yields going up. And now we're seeing the banks going up. And as we're going into this earnings season, just before we go into the earnings season, all of a sudden the yields, instead of going down, turn around and they rig it to go up. And so the bank stocks are going up. And then you also have discretionary cyclical stocks going up. So the bond market is telling us something's wrong. Now, what they're doing, I think, is they're prepared, as they did in 2008, to rally the stocks, to rally the banks, so they can get their customers out, get their clients out, so they can get the big accounts, as I said, like the steel workers and the police of L.A. and all those unions. They've got to get those out before we have finally a capitulation, a real crash. We haven't had a capitulation yet. And this is exactly what happened in 2000. So don't be surprised that we could get this rally, this last rally, so that J.P. Morgan and Goldman Sachs could get their clients out at a higher point, help them get their money back, and then everybody's going to jump in and follow them and chase them. And what you don't realize is the 50% rule, as we call it. If you take the high and the low, 5 times they've hit 50% and then it's failed. This is going to be 4 times. This is going to be the next try. And as soon as we get to that 50%, it's a high probability they're going to pull their bids out again, and then let them finally let this market capitulate, and then it'll take out the bottom. It'll take out the bottom. As I told you yesterday, everybody said, "Well, the bottom." No, it's not. Are you kidding me? There's no bottom right now. We have the same problems now as we had, or the same problems that caused the 38% drop in November of 2021 to drop down 38%. Those things have not changed. We still have the same exact problems, for God's sake. Matter of fact, they're worse. So again, don't be surprised if you see the banks rally. But if they do, get prepared to sell into the rally and get prepared to turn around and sell it short. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, but you should be aware of it and be prepared. So, and when we get back, I'm going to talk about another thing that's going to take the banks down and the market down that nobody wants to talk about. It's just unbelievable how they mask all this stuff. Nobody wants to tell the truth. Everything's transitory. It's transitory.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. With the PhilsGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At PhilsGang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And PhilsGang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the PhilsGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at PhilsGang.com. That's PhilsGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, PhilsGang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. PhilsGang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun. What are you, nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what? 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at PhilsGang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, PhilsGang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. PhilsGang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026. Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this. But it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, PhilsGang.com. That's right, PhilsGang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
PhilsGang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out PhilsGang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Listen, they're going to, again, I hope you go get a chart and you look at it, XLF, and you'll see what's going on. Okay, and again, it's called the 50% rule. When we take the high of 2021, where the banks hit the high, or 2022, they hit the high, and then where it came down to October and then it stopped, then you measure from that bottom of October to the top again, draw a line where it's 50%, and you can see 5 times they could not get above that 50% and hold. That's really bad news. That means above that 50%, you got too many sellers. They can't take them out. That's called overhang. But nobody's going to tell you that. So listen, I'm not saying this is going to happen because the banks, let me tell you, they're going to have terrible numbers, and these banks should drop like a flying crowbar when they're reporting. And if that happens, everything's going down, including your tech stocks. We talked about that yesterday. Your beloved tech stocks, they're going to get hammered. When you have the NASDAQ that went down from November of 2021 down to October, that same low everybody talks about, and it dropped 38%. And here we are over 125 days, and we've recaptured 18%? That's it? 18% of 38%? That's insane. It needs to go another 33% to break even. 120 days they've been fighting. Again, too much selling. There's too many sellers. There's too much inventory up there. The big institutions aren't going to buy this crap. You think the big institutions are going to buy this stuff? Something that they're trying to get $19 for every $1 of earnings. They should only be getting $12 for every $1 of earnings. This is la-la land going on. So if you're sitting in NASDAQ stocks right now and you see the yields going up, see, that's the beautiful thing about the yield. I love the yield because it's truthful. It sends you messages. And the yield is always right. The stock market's always wrong. And the fake business network are a bunch of liars. But not your bond market. It's always been telling the truth. I've always told you, if you take your bond market before your yield in the bond market, trust the bond market, look at the yield, and take the color-coded chart, which tells you how much money's going in, how much money's going out, a specific stock. Put those two together before making a decision. You'll be right most of the time. Most of the time, you'll be right. Now, listen to this nonsense. This is unbelievable. Talking about lying, fake business network. Listen to this.
Rising prices, rising rates, they have the majority of Americans anxious and confused about what to do with their money. 7 out of 10 adults, 70%, are stressed about their personal finances. And 57% of those making $100,000 or more per year are financially stressed, too.
Okay, I racked the wrong one, but let's talk about that. Confused about money? What's there to be confused? Why are they confused about money? What's to be confused about? They pulled out historic amount of money out of the equity in their home, even more so than when it was in 2008. So they ripped out all the equity in their homes. They have no more equity in their homes. I mean, it's unbelievable what's going on. Then their savings, listen to this, another lie.
Consumers still have a lot of cash in the bank that they saved up during the pandemic.
Are you nuts? This is insane. A lot of cash. They went through their pandemic cash. Savings right now is year over year has dropped from 7.3 to where it is today 2.3. Now, I didn't finish high school, but I know a little math. And if it goes from 7.3 down to 2.3, that's not good. Willie, is that a lower number than 2.3, lower than 7.3? Yeah, it's lower. Thank you. This guy here, I don't know what the hell he's looking at.
Consumers still have a lot of cash in
He's looking. I'll tell you what he's looking at. A cue card. If he's sitting on CNBC or any of those financial shows, we got to get the consumers watching us to buy a car. Say there's a lot of savings. Make them feel good. Make them feel positive. Make them feel good so they go buy. They got to go bye-bye. Or otherwise we're going to lose our contract, our advertising contract. What a bunch of morons. So think about this. So here we are. Nobody thinks about this either. I don't get this. COVID. When we went into COVID, remember, and still remains the same, our net worth is negative. our deficits are bigger than ever as we're going into COVID. With our debt soaring and our deficits soaring, COVID hits us, inflation went up, higher interest rates we had higher interest rates, they went up, our economic growth tanked, and our borrowing costs went through the ceiling. But yet, we had no choice. We took and borrowed and printed $5 trillion we didn't have. Because the consumer had no purchasing power. What were they going to do? They told everybody, go home. They told 20 million people, go home, leave your job, go home. I mean, what were you going to do? You had no choice. You had to support them. I get it. You had to support them. So everyone got $1,200. The kids got $500. So there's the first $5 trillion. That's as we went into COVID, right? But the problem is that people, due to the rapid decrease in our money supply, which meant consumers had less purchasing power, and without that purchasing power, we're screwed. So, and here's what was going on. Main Street, when they don't have extra money to deposit at the bank because wages aren't keeping up with inflation, the deposits decrease. And the bank's total reserves decrease, then there's less loans that are made, causing a decrease in the money supply again. That's where we are today. Oh, but nobody wants to talk about this either. Be right back after this break. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, you know, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy this stock. Then you have two people on the show, one guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
When the stock market is volatile, How do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Intermediate to long term, you got to own the financials because everything runs on credit.
If you look over the trough, I'm still saying don't, even though it might be rough over the next 3-6 months, unless you're very tactical and very short term. I mean, I'm not a seller.
Oh, my God, that's Siegel. This guy is always wrong. He's another dude that works over there at Wharton. This guy, if he's so smart, how come every business he started, it went down? It went down. So smart this man is. It's amazing, these professors, huh? They're always going to teach, just like bankers, right? I mean, imagine walking in a bank, you got a small business, you work 24 hours a day, you're working your butt off, you're scrambling, you're not even paying yourself, you're paying your people, you're trying to build your business, and you go into a bank, and this guy's sitting there, nothing on his desk except a pen, and he moves it to the left every 5 minutes, he moves it to the right, he's got nothing to do, he says, and then he questions you. He questions you. These banks are in deep trouble, but they're questioning you, how you're running your business. Next time you go to the bank looking for money, say, whoa, wait a minute. Bring out your statements. I want to see your statements. Just say, that's not enough. No, I need your statements to go back 3 more years, say to them. I need 3 more years. Go back 3 more years. Then you give it to you. They say, no, you know what I need now? I need 2 more tax returns. It's unbelievable. And for him to say the banks, no, they're all saying the banks now, buy the banks. I said to my gang members, we right now have 3 banks that we call scouts on. Because I believe they're going to pull the trick like they pulled in 2008, that they got a big rally, huge rally, short covering rally. And they need a short covering rally. You understand why? To get their clients out. If you take the 4 biggest banks, or 5, J.P. Morgan, and take Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Citi, and Morgan Stanley, the 5 biggest banks, they have all the pensions. They have all the pensions. Now, they compete against each other viciously. So they got to get their clients before this market breaks that October low and we go down another 30, 40%, which we will do. They got to get these people out. And this is going to give you an opportunity to make money if they do this. Now, the banks could be so bad, even though they're hiding their losses, doing an off-balance sheet con job, they still could go down. But my guess is they're going to try to run them first the other way, run them up to that 50% line, and then they get their pension people out. As soon as they're out, like they did in 2008, they pull their bids out, and boom, they go right straight down. And then your computer starts shaking, all your screens start falling off your desk. It's called capitulation. That's what we need. We need fear. We need fear. We don't have any more fear. Look how long it took for the stock market to go down 38%. What was it, Willie? Give me a number. It was unbelievable. 390 days for a stock market crash to occur? Why? Because we have today what we didn't have years ago. This fake business news network, and you got the people in the White House that lie to you. You got the people in Congress that lies to you. You got Powell who will lie to you. Look at Yellen. Oh, my God, she's a pathetic liar. A liar. If there was a contest for lying, she would win. She would win, believe me. So what you need to do, and I do an exercise with my gang every day, and you can do this on your own if you want. I'd like to have you join the gang. God, it's free for 10 days, and you can learn how to read the bond market so you know when to buy a stock or when not to buy a stock. I mean, the beautiful thing about understanding how the bond market works, you know, should you be in banks, or should you be in tech, or should you be in oil, or should you be in gold? That's where we stay in those 4 sectors. That's all we do. Stay in 4. We don't have to go anywhere else. We think I'm going to jump into all these staples and be safe. Are you nuts? I'm going to buy Kellogg and I'm going to buy Clorox, and that's when they started getting buy Kellogg, buy Clorox. You're going to be safe. Yeah, you're going to be safe, all right, right into bankruptcy. So, anyways, if you take, like, for example, we set up J.P. Morgan, and you watch J.P. Morgan, watch that against Apple, and watch Apple against a cyclical Whirlpool. And that's all you need to look at, that and the bond market. You know exactly what these stocks are going to do. So where's the money going? Then you take Goldman Sachs, we put it against NVIDIA, and then we put it against Mohawk. Mohawk is a pure cyclical stock. And in the last couple of days, these stocks have been going up. Why on earth would these stocks be going up? Why would Whirlpool be going up? So here I'm looking, and I see J.P. Morgan, okay, going up a little bit each day. Apple, which was the big guy, and we've been in that forever. One rally we caught 22%, and the next one we caught 23%, something like that. We got in and bought Apple on January 27th, and we got out somewhere, I think it was around February 6th. It was around 21% gain. Then we got back in on March 16th when it turned green again. And then we got out, it was somewhere around April 3rd with another 22% gain. So if you look at J.P. Morgan, also what's happening? They're starting to go up. You look at Apple, they're starting to roll over. So let's go find the answer. We go to the bond market. Whoa, once you know it, yields are going up. They're rotating. And then look at Whirlpool. Whirlpool's going up, which is discretionary. So this all started to happen about 5 days ago, right before the banks, was the report. So the bond market told us that. And so we're prepared. Then look at Goldman Sachs against NVIDIA and against Mohawk. Then take a bank like BAC, stock, Meta, Big Tech, and take CCL another cyclical. Then take Citi, Microsoft, a big tech, and then Nike. And if you line those up like that and you go through those every day and watch the bond market, you'll be making money. Make it simple. Simplify it, for God's sakes. If you listen to these guys on CNBC and Fox Business and all that, you'll go nuts. And you listen to these so-called experts like Siegel, you'll go nuts. I mean, this is nuts. Listen.
The equity market's almost defying gravity right now in terms of the mismatch between what all of our macro signals are telling us. Yield curve inverted.
The macro. You got to have those macro signals. Willie, how come you're not following those macro signals for me? I need the macro signals. That's what we're missing, macro signals. What a bunch of dopes. What are you, nuts? Macro signals? What the hell's a macro signal? They think to say, you know what? When they're losing money for their clients, the first thing they do is, come on in, or go to readjust your portfolio. Then they start throwing around $1 million words, right? What the hell is she talking about? Yeah, I guess she's smart. I'm going to do what she says. Then you lose everything. Look, when that COVID hit, this is when everything went bad. We could never recover because nobody sat at a board meeting. The president and his cabinet should have sat down, and after the first $5 trillion was spent, and I get that. You told people to go home. So you sent them home, didn't have a job. You better give them $1,200 per adult, give them $500 per child, and then help the mom and pop businesses, help the restaurants that are getting killed, airlines, hospitals, local. I get all that. That's good. But stop at the $5 trillion, for God's sakes. We're broke. We're broke. Stop at the $5 trillion. Don't go with another $11 trillion. And that's exactly what they didn't do. They didn't sit around their conference table in the White House, in the cabinet room, and say, all right, we're broke. We have no money. What's going to happen if we spend another $11 trillion? More when I get back. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
Thank you, Steve. And by the way, join the gang, and you're going to be in great hands with Steven. Nobody can teach like he does. I mean, he has a great way of teaching the market. They make it too complicated, so you have to run and find an advisor or broker. You can do this on your own. You can. I mean, how many people fill out their own tax returns, for God's sakes, and you can't do this? It's easy if you have the tools. But like a carpenter comes to your house, his hammer's all taped up and his screwdriver's taped up and his bumper, they got it all wired up to stay on the truck. What do you think he's going to do? What kind of quality are you going to get from him? Are you nuts? But when you got the tools, you can do a nice job. I always loved it when I had a house, with a carpenter come over, electrician, I'd watch them because it was fascinating. And you could tell the ones that were really experienced had good tools, and they always cleaned up the area around their work. And it was great to watch that. And then you get some idiot coming in, some slob, right, big beer belly sitting there, and his hammer's all broken, and oh my God, and he wants to charge me more than the other guy. Anyways, let's get back to business. So let's talk about another signal of the market that nobody wants to talk about. Now, think about this again. What's it tell you when in 2018 the market took 112 days to drop about, I think it was around 20%. 112 days. And then it went right back up 112 days, got all their money back. And then in 2020, it dropped 35 days, went right back up 35 days, and they captured everything back. This market took 300, and this crash has been in a crash for 390 days. What, are you nuts? Are you out of your mind? 390 days. People don't understand what that means. It took 390 days to get down there. Then when it got down there, it's going into the 125th day, I think it is now. And they only could move capture 18% of the 38%. And then they're changing. Are you kidding me? It's telling you we are in deep, deep trouble. And our money supply is shrinking faster than ever. Faster than ever. And I think they're doing it on purpose. I really do. Here, listen to this. Listen to this. This is another dope.
I think that it's a mistake because I think inflation is going to come down.
Inflation's going to come down. Are you kidding me? Inflation's going to get worse because, as I explained, they got to keep printing money. They got to keep borrowing money. Our deficits keep getting worse. You understand? We don't have money. Like I was talking about this COVID. We didn't have the $5 trillion to start with to give everybody $1,200 per adult, $500 per child. Give every mom and pop shop out there money so they could survive. Give restaurants money they could survive. I got that, the $5 trillion. I got that. You had no choice. But why didn't they sit down before they started the next $11 trillion while the money supply was still shrinking? And remember what Obama and Biden left Trump. Debt. They doubled their debt from 10 to 20 trillion. That's more debt than all the presidents combined. That's what they handed to Trump. And he was working his way out between 4, 5, 10 different impeachments, right? I don't get that either. I mean, this man accomplished more. This is not a political show. This is me personally. Okay, I know everybody's going to get mad at me. But it's the truth. He accomplished more. I don't see any man that could go in there, have these impeachments and these lies and the Russian thing and everything like that. And he's still focused and look at the things he accomplished. But the thing he was trying to accomplish was to get us out of this hole that Biden and Obama left us in when they doubled the debt. But again, if you understand the market, you understand the bond market, and you have the color-coded chart, yes, I'm trying to sell it, but it's the truth. If you combine the color-coded chart, which follows the money flow, and you understand how to read the bond market, the yields, then it doesn't matter if they take and run these and rally these banks. Go ahead and rally them. Going to fail. We'll sell into it. If they come out with terrible, terrible numbers and the banks start collapsing, stocks starting to collapse, we're on a big downtrend, it would be shorting. But for people that don't know how to read the bond market, they don't know how to short, and you're depending on these dopes you're listening to on TV, you're going to get killed. So $11 trillion after the $5 trillion, nobody had any idea how they're going to pay it back. Biden had no idea. Just spend, don't worry about it. Just spend it. This is after he shut down the oil production, which caused gasoline to go up, 75% and everything else to go up crazy? And he's going to spend $11 trillion. And the inflation's going wild, but he's going to spend $11 trillion we didn't have. And then he started to spend on all these stupid programs. My God. I mean, it's horrendous. And it was all helicopter money, which means money that had no value. We didn't get any money back. We didn't get any revenues off of it. The American Rescue Plan, right? The Child Tax Credit, the American Family Plan, the Infrastructure Bill. This was insane. This was insane, all these bills. And all this is crazy. Spending going wild, man. I mean, the national debt. I mean, bank bailouts. And you know what they don't understand is they're spending COVID money to bail out people in Europe. European people. Are you nuts? So if you want to make money in the market, remember, do what we do. Just stay in these 4 groups. And if you do that, you'll make money all the time, most of the time. But you got to know how to short, too. You got to know how to short. If you want to make your life easy, just stay with 6 stocks. That's all. That's all you need to do. Stay with 6 stocks and make sure those 6 stocks are either in tech or in the banks or in gold, mining, or in oil, as long as you got banks and tech, those are the two. That's where most all your money should be. Bank and tech, bank and tech. And if you know how to short, you'll continually make money. Bank and tech. Then add to that your oil. Then add to that your your gold. That's all you need. Now, when gold is no longer in favor, we'll short the hell out of it. We'll just turn around and go the other way. Well, these guys on the fake business network got you running around from stock to stock to stock to stock. I mean, you listen to Jim Cramer, he's got a flavor of the day. Flavor of the day. So, remember this Silicon Valley deal. They're lying to us. They're telling us only Silvergate, Silicon Valley, and Signature went down. That's a bold-faced lie. Right now, there's about 35 to 45 banks they're bailing out. This bank thing is going to get worse, much worse. The headwinds are going to get much worse, especially the declining value of bonds. Interest rates are going to keep going up. They have no choice. Don't listen to them. They say one more rate and done. Biden put us into a 40-year high inflation. This man's so destructive with the energy policy. We have the FDIC. They can't cover the depositors. How are they going to cover the 30 trillion when they only have, or 19 trillion when they only have 120 billion? But if you stay in the same stocks and you follow us, you're going to be consistently profitable. Check it out, philsgang.com, philsgang.com.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.